Hello and welcome to a very special, weird one-off video on the Bonus Points YouTube channel. My name's Ollie, joined by Joe, as always.
Hello, hello.
You've no idea what we're doing, do you?
No, I kept asking loads of questions like, do I need to capture anything? You're like, no. I was like, would I need to make notes? Do I need Discord? You're like, nope. So I have no idea what this is going to be.
This is it. Right, so you know how in life people ask you like, oh yeah, you should play this game, or like you should watch this TV show, and you're like, there's just too many games.
Yeah.
Or there's too many TV shows. Well, to counter this problem, I've made a new invention that I can only trust you with. And what it does is it deletes things from Earth permanently.
Okay.
So it doesn't delete them as of today. It's as if they never existed.
Right.
So what this machine does is it gives you two options, and you have to delete one of them from ever existing.
Oh, okay. So is it like two good things then? That because I thought it was to when people saying like, oh, you've got to watch this show, and you're like, I just want people to stop talking about it, so I'm just going to delete the show. That's what I thought you were saying.
Well, this starts easy and it gets harder.
Okay.
So yeah, it's up to you. You've got two buttons in front of you, and you have to choose which one you are permanently erasing from existence, as if it never happened.
Okay, I'm going to force a twist though on your format, if that's okay. I want to know your opinion as well afterwards.
Okay.
I'm not the only one going to be making these tough decisions.
Okay. All right. So question one. The two things we have are Sonic and Mario.
Sonic.
You going to expand on that, or is that it?
The Mario games are 100 times better than the Sonic games.
Okay, good. Okay, so it starts easy. This gets a lot harder.
Yeah, I mean, that was like a no-head. I'll be fine just getting rid of Sonic anyway. Just get rid of it. Don't go up against anything. Just fine. We can move on.
Okay. Would you mind pressing the button?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Nice one. It's now gone. Permanently gone from existence on Earth. Okay. The next two options are Halo and Mass Effect.
Get rid of Mass Effect. As much as I love it.
Yeah, everyone in the world that loves Mass Effect would never get that love.
If it was just the single players, I would keep Mass Effect. But I had a whole teenage years and time at college with my friends messing around on custom games and Forge and stuff. There's people that were at my wedding I met through Halo. You know, I love Mass Effect. We're replaying the trilogy right now. It's great. But can I press the button?
Press the button.
Okay, what would yours have been?
Probably Mass Effect as well.
Yeah. I'm assuming for the Mario Sonic one, I didn't ask you, but you would have got rid of Sonic as well, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think I'd get rid of Sonic just to keep Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. I wish that Sonic would have its Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
I wish it would get there, but it never will.
They're trying to get their Breath of the Wild now, aren't they? Instead.
Yeah, and it doesn't look that great. Maybe this video will age really badly and it will turn out to be Game of the Year, but
I'd love that. So. I'll play it.
I'd love it for them. Okay, so the next one is Capcom or Konami.
Ooh, it's a tricky one. Konami's got some greats, even Pro Evolution Soccer. That all of that would have been gone for us. Obviously, the big one's Metal Gear Solid. I'm not a big Castlevania person.
No, okay.
Yeah, so I want to play Symphony of the Night because everyone talks about it. But Capcom has a much wider spread. You know what? I'm going to get rid of Konami just because there's promise of future Capcom games. And I want to keep playing new games. And
there's also Silent Hill, don't forget. That's another one that's probably worth Konami.
Yeah. But I think Capcom, I would care more about, I think, a Resident Evil. Yeah, I mean, I know you're huge into Capcom compared to me.
Yeah.
But things like Devil May Cry, I kind of liked back in the day. But yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of Konami.
Done.
What would you say?
Konami, obviously. As much as I love Metal Gear. I mean, Resident Evil, Street Fighter, Mega Man, Beautiful Joe.
Yeah.
They just got too many classics.
Yeah, and they're probably as good now as they've ever been. They don't miss much anymore.
Yeah, Monster Hunter now, that's reasonably new compared to some of the Konami stuff we're talking about. So
yeah, they had a bit of a lull in kind of PS4 generation, but I think they're coming back strong.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, next one is Half-Life series and Zelda series.
Oh, this is my toughest one yet. So, I mean, Breath of the Wild's probably my favorite game of all time. And I mean, Link,
Half-Life series includes Portal. That's why I worded it like that.
I got a dog named after a character in Half-Life. Oh, this is brutal. I don't know if I should go with the same logic of like I have more excitement for future Zelda games than Half-Life games.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, actually, because Half-Life Alyx was the last one, right? And it didn't really set the world on fire.
No, but it did. I mean, it's not really spoilers, but it did set up that there is going to be more Half-Life games. I know you haven't done the ending. It hints that. And
right.
like a good Half-Life 3 would be so exciting. I don't know. I mean, it's against the spirit if I flip a coin, isn't it?
You can flip a coin if you want.
I think I'd have to get rid of Half-Life.
So Half-Life, you're going to wipe off the face of the earth. That would also get rid of Counter-Strike, because that's a Half-Life mod.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a different universe, isn't it?
No, but I mean, it came from the same series.
So Team Fortress
Half-Life
2?
never existed.
Yeah,
those games wouldn't exist without Half-Life, right? So
it's getting tough, isn't it? This is just like half of Valve. I'm sure there's an Easter egg in Left 4 Dead as well.
Yeah, well, Left 4 Dead might be okay, but Counter-Strike, I think, would go.
I think I've changed my. I think I'm going to get rid of Zelda.
You gonna press the button?
Yeah, I think I'm going to like get rid of like my favorite game.
Oh my god!
Because you're mean. I don't want to press it. I'm going to press it really gently, so hopefully it won't hurt.
Oh, maybe I'll do an effect of it rocking the.
Just do like Link's like pain cry, like.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Right.
Well,
Okay,
would you get rid of Zelda? I'm assuming there, right?
I think so, because Half-Life just means more to me in my actual life.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Half-Life gave me quite a lot, especially in like my interest in games because of the commentary tracks on Orange Box. And the only Zelda game I've ever finished, I think, is Link Between... No, the Game Boy one, whichever one that was. Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening is the only one I've ever finished, so
yeah.
whatever.
I mean,
I did love Breath of the Wild, though.
You ask me that question every day, and I'll give you a different answer. I mean, one of the two. But,
yeah. We don't need to anymore because it's gone. So,
it doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, so that's the halfway point. So they're going to get tougher from here. Okay, so the next one.
I don't think you're going to get tougher than that. I don't think you're going to get tougher.
I don't know.
That.
The finale's pretty hardcore. Right, the next one is PlayStation or Xbox.
Oh, this is tough because I'm probably lean more Xbox now, but like historically, like, you know, PlayStation 2 in particular, and even last generation, I was more PS4. I mean, the exclusive, obviously, we've got Halo, but then like we're playing through Last of Us 2 at the moment, which is incredible.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'm going to go for future of gaming. I think Xbox is a more positive console. Game Pass is amazing. They're putting all their games day one on PC with like good ports. They're going to let you stream them on everything. Like, I bet if they would want their games to be available on PlayStation if they could through streaming or something. So I think if it's just talking about games, first-party games, PlayStation, but for just playing third-party games and everything, I'm going to do Xbox. So I'm going to kill PlayStation. That's okay?
Yeah, it is okay, yeah.
I'm not happy about it.
I would do the same. But just because Xbox is so much easier to play your old games.
Oh, yeah. The backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I'm getting more annoyed that every generation I have to buy everything again.
Yeah, and even on PlayStation when it's like, oh, I'm playing like the PS4 version of a game, but they have done an update for PS5 to make it better, but it's still the PS4 version. When Xbox is like load up the game, it will just load up the best version of it. Like, don't worry about it. Like, it's so much better in that regard. Yeah,
that would be my reasoning. Okay, so the next one. You have to imagine these questions exist in a vacuum, because otherwise this won't work. Okay. So this one is The Last of Us series or Disco Elysium?
The Last of Us series. Oh, I feel like it's going to be spoiler alerts for a podcast here.
Well, not necessarily. It depends how you... Because we haven't recorded the podcast yet. I don't know when this video is coming out, but The Last of Us 2 podcast has not been recorded yet.
Well, spoilers for you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get rid of Disco Elysium because you said Last of Us series, and I think there is potential for more games. I'm curious about the TV show, and that's like 2 amazing games that I'd be killing that are already out, and the remake of one coming. Disco Elysium is amazing, But like I would, for that developer, I'd rather them do something new in that style. Like I don't want Disco Elysium 2. I want them just to make something new. And so, I won't say which is my favorite game between any of them, but I would have to get rid of Disco Elysium, I'm afraid. So sorry, Kim.
Away it goes. Number 1 on the list. Devastated. Gone. It's just an empty spot now.
Yeah. Well, praise number 1. Yay.
Yeah.
By default.
So this next one, it might seem like an obvious answer to go for straight away, but if you actually think about it, I think it might be a bit more difficult. So we've got arcade gaming or pinball.
Okay. So just for some clarity, like I'm really into pinball, which is most people are.
Yeah.
I think most people know that.
The reason I'm saying it might take a bit more thinking about it is because I feel like gaming as a whole was really sped up by arcade gaming being fueled by capitalism.
I mean, like, how many games like began their life as arcade? I mean, Mario is like, you know, an obvious big one, but like, how many games began their life as an arcade game? Yeah, I mean, I think I'd have to get rid of pinball just from like the influence on like the rest of gaming and like the positive impact, like just the fact that like that sped up people like spending money on games and investing in games. Like this would be a horrible butterfly effect if it was just like people still rolling metal balls over like bits of plywood. Like that didn't accelerate the industry. It's just clunged onto the side of the ship that was launched by arcade games. So as much as I love pinball, it's gotta go.
Wow, that's I didn't think you were gonna choose arcade games. I thought you were gonna say gaming will get there eventually, whereas nothing could replace pinball. That's what I thought you'd say. But here we are. Wow.
Virtual pinball.
Yeah. But now I'm like, what's pinball? Because it never existed. So I'm like, what are you talking about?
I don't know what balls are. What's this circle?
Yeah.
Everything related to it's gone.
So the big finale. This is the last one. We have video games as a whole and domesticated pets.
I mean, this is a weird one. I didn't think like veganism would come into it, but like I'm kind of like.
Well, it's not that you're not killing them. It's just as if they never existed.
Well, yeah, but then it's sort of like I've kind of gone off the idea of like breeding dogs to have them as pets anyway. So it's kind of like a weird philosophical thing. But I guess it would just take away my current pets, right? And I'd just forget about them.
Well, it'd be as if they'd just be like, as if they're never there. And everyone else in the world.
I mean, it's like, obviously I feel like we'd keep the animals, but then like, what'll I do? I'd just be sitting around all day, just like patting their heads.
Yeah.
What'll I do with my spare time? Maybe it would make me like more active and get more like engaging hobbies. Like,
you think getting rid of pets would make you more active?
No, get rid of video games. Sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I was going to say like you walk them every day, so.
Oh yeah.
And obviously the bonus points wouldn't exist without.
What would you do?
Pet. I don't have any pets, so pets.
Yeah, but you plan to.
Yeah, but if I never had them, I guess I've already had video games.
Yeah, I think I'd have to get rid of video games. But like, so it's
bonus points will be gone.
It's hard because it's like. Obviously now, like, I have, like, the dogs, and I would, like, if it was like, oh, would you, like, throw your Xbox in front of a car to save them? Like, you wouldn't hesitate, you know? It's so obvious. Of course, yeah. But then I'm like, well, if they never existed, I wouldn't miss them, you know? Like, But now I know that they do exist, and now is when I'm making the decision, and I wouldn't want to leave a hole in my heart for where there could have been a dog that I didn't know about. So, sorry, I'm going to...
You going to press the button?
Yeah, if anyone wants to just...
This is a big one.
Finish your saves or quit your game or whatever, because they're all going soon. I guess there's no point saving. Right. Go.